Hi everybody, welcome to Patrick's Scale Studio. My name's Patrick, I'll be your host. First off, I would like to say sorry. I apologize for the long hiatus. I had to move from Columbus, Ohio to Cincinnati, Ohio due to some unfortunate family circumstances. Everything's good on that front though, so don't worry about me or my family right now. But the packing and the move involved packing up a lot of very delicate sub-assemblies. I'm happy to report that no sub-assemblies were harmed in the move. So I'm going to go ahead and prove it. Here's the bridge part. Here is the piece that goes on top of the bridge. Everything arrived in outstanding shape. Propellers. And here is the ship. So you may notice that the ship is mounted to a different base, and that is because part of the assembly, or I'm sorry, part of the move and the packing was to ensure that this got onto a stand that wouldn't tip over. So this was a wider base than the temporary work base that I was working from. So I went ahead and made it permanent. As we can see, we've got the very nice shiny brass pedestals. I finished this wooden base. This is just a about 2 foot long piece of pine from Michael's. It already had a design kind of carved into it and routed into the edges. And then I finished it off with a kind of transparent white and transparent gray mixture of water-based stains. And it's a little transparent, but I think overall it looks nice. What I wanted to do was make sure that this didn't look so fancy that it detracted from up here. Additionally, also from Michael's, kind of biased toward that store, my daughter works there, I used some of this golden rope right here to embellish where these shiny brass pedestals met up with this wooden base, and I really like the effect. And I'm going to be using this effect going forward with any ship builds that I do. I think it really looks nice. But for the most part, the main intent here was to let everyone know that I'm still alive. USS Curtis Wilbur is still alive and undamaged, was unharmed during the move. Here is even the mast assembly. Everything there came out perfectly. So just kind of been waiting until I got enough unpacked before I can continue on with these videos. This video is going to be a little bit shorter, and for the most part, I'll go ahead and we'll even do it right now here, is I want to go ahead and attach these two propellers. I have been in constant fear since I got them done that they were going to go missing on us, because they're small, circular. We've got cats in the house, and anyone who has cats knows that they like to bat around things that us human beings don't want them to bat around and smack around. So a little bit of super glue right here. Go ahead and pop them on. One of the things called out about this kit is their propellers are molded in reverse pitch. Well, the propellers themselves are not inaccurate, and the pitch of these propeller blades can be altered, so it can go from forward to reverse. Normally, if the ship was underway, they wouldn't be in reverse pitch. But if they're going into a dry dock, they might be in reverse pitch, water drain, and that might be how I Love Kit decided to mold them, but just based on how they saw one of these ships out of the water. So we'll give them that excuse. But like I said, it's not necessarily incorrect, it just would be a little unusual if you're trying to model your ship in a way that it looked like it was underway. So now the propellers are on. I think that looks pretty sharp. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this aside to allow that super glue to dry. Now that that is safely out of the way, we'll move on to show you another thing that I've kind of started to play with, and I think by next video we should have complete. And that is the windows here in the bridge piece. I know originally I was going to go with some kind of a shiny material here that kind of altered its color and its shade depending on which angle you looked at it, but after I got this painted, I held that up there. It just didn't look the same to me as I had envisioned it originally. So I have just green, transparent green polystyrene, and I'm going to use that and just cut out teeny tiny little parts of it and glue them in a little bit at a time. Maybe window at a time, maybe kind of several windows at a time. But I think that effect looks a lot better. And at the end of the day, when it's like that, it's going to give a better look. Just a tiny little bit of green, and that's what I've seen when I've been looking at any kind of reference photos. So I like that. I'm going to move forward with that. Additionally, another thing that has come up here is, for me at least, is the chain. This is the chain that comes with the kit. It's just very, very thin copper chain, and almost reminds me of the thin little chain you might buy a first girlfriend for a gold necklace when you go into the mall. You don't want to spend a giant fortune on something big, but you want to spend something on gold, so it's usually pretty thin and it's pretty easily broken. So it's very thin, but the nice scale thinness of this belies the fact that it is not a proper link for anchor chains on naval ships. So I ordered this aftermarket set from HS Models, and I'm unsure yet whether or not this is what I'm going to use, but I'll get this out to show you all what it looks like. There we go. Alright, so just a disclaimer here. It came like this with a lot of the links broken off. Well, they're not broken off, they're just broken off of the support. But the chain is just about as thin, but it has the proper link. Seen. Kind of looks is a cross between these right here, where it looks like a regular oval link with a crossbar in here, not this tiny little tooth. And that's what this looks like here. And as I understand, all you kind of do is pull on this gently and it'll come off the supports. See? There we go. And there's a length of it right there. Looks like I've got a couple lengths here that I can use. And there's even this other bag right here. So I'll probably go ahead and use this. The plan originally was to take this and put some blackening solution on it and then add some rust effects, but I think I'll probably go with this, where I just kind of lightly airbrush this, let it dry, put it on the model, and then give it some rust effects. So covered the windows, covered the anchor chain, and then last but not least, I'm going to be trying out a new glue looper product. Looks like it fits onto the end of an X-Acto knife, and this is what I'll be using to attach the very long railings on the ship. That should help me ensure that minimal super glue gets on all those joins, and there's just as little bit of cleanup as possible in order to make those little glue spots go away. And I'll be using super glue for that. So obviously it's going to come out real shiny, those little dots right there. So I want to make sure that we get that gone. Then also here we are definitely narrowing down the amount of parts that we have left here. This is going to be surrounding the flight deck, and there's some more railings in there. Right here is for the rigging, and a few more details, little ladders here. And as I understand, not all of this gets used. A lot of these life canister racks, we're already done with life canister racks and life canisters, so life raft canisters. So won't be using a lot of this photo etch. It'll be good to kind of go into the spare bin though. There's some more railings, some ladders, and then this is the rest of our parts. Rather than transport that gigantic box with all those parts just rattling all over inside of it, I decided probably not. And I will be taking this right here and finishing this accordingly, painting it, and I'm thinking probably dark navy blue in the background with gold highlighting on the letters. And then I might even take some of this gold rope and surround it, maybe with a square knot at the bottom. So I don't know. Remains to be seen on what I'm going to do on that. I'll probably try some things out and see what I like. But for the time being, just wanted to make a short video again to let everyone know I'm alive. USS Curtis Wilbur is completely alive, and we can you can plan on me finishing this ship on YouTube. So I hope to have another video out within a week, and mainly it's just going to be going over getting some of the windows in, putting some of this structure onto the Curtis Wilbur permanently, getting some of the rigging attached, and getting some of the railings there on the superstructure finalized. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I appreciate your patience during that long period of time in which I was gone, and I hope you'll stick around for the finish of this model. Until I talk to you again, stay safe and happy modeling.